Hey, what's up? Hello. Once again, the bell has tolled, and we gather around the pod vessel. This is this is the Bloodshot Eyes and Sore Thumbs podcast. Some could call it the best if they don't want to write that whole thing out. I am Jacob. Call me Best Jacob Alive 2 on Xbox, Best Jacob Alive 3 on PS4. Today I'm joined as always by the dynamic duo, Scott the Eagle.
Hey, what's going on?
And Brent.
How we doing?
And when we come together, we form the Megazord that is this amazing podcast. Speaking of amazing podcast, we got our first review, boys. Hey! Kermit Arms. Not only that, it was 5-star.
Bum, bum, bum.
Thanks, Mom. I mean,
We made it.
Whoever you are out there.
We appreciate you.
Man, somebody's listening. They took our barking orders to heart, and we terrified and intimidated them enough to take the steps to rate and review us. For
You
real, though,
should
we
too.
appreciate the comments.
Yeah, that
Really
made my
do.
night.
I gotta tell you, I felt 50 feet tall,
Yeah,
and I'm already 49 feet, so I'm already pretty tall. So to feel
Wow.
that tall
Oh, how's the weather up there?
is pretty substantial. Colder than you think, and the air's a little thin.
a little windy.
Yeah, it makes roller coasters no fun.
Oh,
Yeah, just
surprised they let
This
you
ep-
on them.
Yeah, seems dangerous.
They don't let me in a lot of things. So this episode is going to be a bit on the chatty side if the people at home haven't figured this out yet, or the people at work while you're up there cleaning out your deep fryers or laying your bricks or whatnot. I got to tell you, boys, I am worn out. It was a long, long weekend at the old tuba manufacturing plant.
Yep.
Oh, you got a new
What the
job.
fuck?
You got promoted from the ketchup bottling factory?
Yeah, well, they looked on my resume and saw, the pencil sharpening firm? So that's really got me. Yeah, it's got me the in.
Yeah, I'm just still down at the flour sifting plant, just sifting flour.
I'm just snapping necks and cashing checks, bud.
Man, it sounds
Anyway,
like
like
Agent 47.
Something like that. I got a full head of hair, though.
Ooh.
As I was just saying, this is going to be a bit on the chatty side. We have the E3 Anticipation show coming up, so we've been reviewing a lot on that, putting that all together. But as for this one, we still got a good time planned up. We're going to chat on a few topics like PlayerUnkown and guard dogs.
Mike, I'm so sorry. It's becoming like a meme.
I think we have a fourth co-host, boys.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks, Conan, for scaring the pants off me once again.
I'm just going to put him in the liner notes now.
yeah. He's expected.
It's real.
The new Forza DLC, Hot Wheels. It definitely came out this time, so I'm not completely misinformed on that.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah, dude. Just some Switch chat. There's some new stuff coming out with EA that's a little bit on the excited side, no matter what your opinion on the Switch is. And our new Overachiever segment with the Eagle. He has compiled achievement info, and this week it's on The Division.
Hey.
So yeah, clean the dust on that one, and R.I.P. Bullet King.
Oh, man. And
Yeah.
Finch.
You'll always be remembered.
It's real.
So let's get started, boys. I have some personal news. If you're an Irithyll and you're listening to this, Saint Aldrich is dead.
Took him down.
Play the metal music.
This week on Top 10, Aldrich is dead.
You know, I wasn't
Oh,
in the
man.
game with you when it all went down, but I was in your Xbox party, and let me just tell you, I couldn't see it, but it sounded pretty live.
Yeah, it's, reminiscent of I don't know, probably just a bunch of just just a little bit less intense than when we read our first review. And then,
A lot of, I'm healing, cover me.
I'm healing. Anyway, but then I went on to the Dancer of the Boreal Valley and pooped myself. When she picked me up like a blunt and put me out on the ground with the first hit. Just call that Dark
tapped out.
Soils, I guess. Hey, am I right?
Hey.
Get him, Fonzie.
There you go. So yeah, newsy news. Overwatch is having yet another loot box and anniversary or something. Those guys are always partying. They're like the frat next door.
Man, it's
There's
real.
always something going on.
1 year anniversary coming up. Hopefully, they got something cool coming on. They've been cagey about it as usual. Haven't officially announced anything, but it's inevitable. Something's coming around the corner, and all of us are hyped.
Yeah, so we'll make this shirt blue and give us $2, please.
I'll give you 5.
I have no idea what could be in this loot box. Eagle is our resident Overwatch liaison.
Yeah.
And what's this anniversary for? Or I keep saying anniversary, but
Well,
event.
Yeah,
Bar
it's
mitzvah,
12 months
Fiesta.
ago. A beautiful game was gifted upon us from Blizzard. It came out last year at the end of May, so they're hinting at like an anniversary, first anniversary kind of event. Don't really know what's in it. Hopefully, some skins for some characters that have been not shown as much love. Maybe some Symmetra or Zarya, maybe. We'll find out.
Well,
I mean, but
you have
regardless,
Smithers fingers right now, or Mr. Burn fingers right now. Excellent.
regardless of what it's going to be something awesome though, because I mean, there's not many other games that the devs have been so close to the community and have been consistently releasing good stuff. I'm not an Overwatch player, but it's exciting to see them being so close to the game itself and constantly putting out good stuff.
Yeah, them in Rocket League.
Yes.
With that sassy Euro dance music. Living underwater. Boom, 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 whomp, whomp, whomp. Dude, feeling it.
Every update gets a new title track, and it's just as cheesy as the last.
I think it's awesome because that's how you know when it's updated.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's a different track. You fell under my spell, though. Okay, so we have Zombies Chronicles for 30 bladders.
Yeah,
30
that's the
whole
new
bladders.
the Black Ops 3 Zombies expansion.
Yeah, compiling all of them way, way back, all the way to World at War, which is where we saw zombies for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think to this day that was the best implementation of that Zombies franchise because, it wasn't like its standalone thing. It was you played through the entire campaign. Then after the credits, they were like, "Hey, you want to check out this house over here?"
You earned a little something.
Hey,
It's like,
you know those Nazis you killed? They ain't dead.
they're gonna try and beat you with their dead hands.
They have only
And the first
risen.
time I saw it, it seemed a little shoehorned in there, but they just kind of made it into something. And
I think it was just one of those things the community grabs onto more than the devs think, and it's just spiraled out of control.
yeah, you never know what the public's gonna hold on to. I mean, the Cash Me Outside girls got a reality show coming back.
Love it.
Yeah, for sure. We saw a little bit of here before we go on with a little bit more news. In my research for it, can I tell you guys a funny story? I saw this did not happen to me, and I'm not the author of it. I just wanted to tell you I found this really funny forum line when I was just researching, messing around on my computer.
Yeah.
A fella had asked the public, "What's the craziest thing that an employee at a game halt is what we'll call this store." What's the craziest thing an employee of one of these said to you or asked you? What prompted this person to read that is they went to GameStop or Game Halt, to buy a copy of MLB The Show for their Vita, and got hard sold on warranty for the game. And that person, well, honestly, I don't know if they bought it or not, if they caved or not, but it didn't matter because they went outside and opened the game, and it's a piece of paper for a download code.
Oh, no way. Oh, my God. Oh, my.
That is awful.
Wow.
Hope your download code survives the ride home.
Oh, shit.
Keep that away from fire, bud.
Yeah, if the paper gets burnt, is that where your warranty lies?
Jeez.
Is that what it is?
We won't really bring it up on the E3 show because it's not going to be there, but all of us have chatted a little bit before the show about how apparently Halo 6 isn't going to make it to E3 this year.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, I guess, people have been hounding old 343, seeing, is Halo coming to E3? Is Halo coming to E3? And I think finally they caved, and we're like, no, Halo 6 is not going to be shown, but they did say that they have a little something for you.
In quotations, little something.
It's going to be another movie.
Like the Cortana plush doll.
Yeah.
Dude, do another Hunt the Truth.
Hey. Oh, that would hype me up so much.
Oh, man.
That's what got me pumped for Halo 5. Hunt the Truth was so good.
Dude, y'all hear that? He bought an Xbox One because he listened to the podcast Hunt the Truth.
Yeah, literally. After I got done with Hunt the Truth, I was like, well, guess I got to go buy an Xbox One to play Halo 5 now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it worked on me.
Incredible.
And dope. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's probably going to be another. It just seems. I don't know if people are bummed or not. Personally, I'm not bummed because right now Halo 5 is out. They completely retooled the game, how you play it, the multiplayer, and all that. People are playing for money for it in tournaments. Are we really going to switch to a new one just like 2 years later? I feel like these games have a much longer shelf life, like a NFL running back. They got like a good 6 years really before you need to think about updating.
I mean,
whatever.
Yeah, but give me a close-up of Chief's mask and, I don't know, with a little something reflected off and fade to black and say 2019. At least, I don't know. I would like something to be acknowledged. I mean, I know they're working on it, but I don't know. I like teaser trailers.
Yeah. And to your point, Jake, I mean, shoot, yesterday, what was that, Sunday, the Halo Championship Series, like the finals were on. In Halo 5. So, yeah, it hasn't been long since that's released. It'd be too soon, I think. This is a chance for them to take a step back, take a nice long development cycle, make something, real special. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe
people are playing this for money.
Yeah. I mean, it is a career for a lot of people.
You can't give this much money to an amateur player if that's only been playing for like a month, if the release schedule for these titles is going to be so cramped like that. I just think 2 years is a little early to start up a whole new one. But, well,
I'm sure they're working on it. I'm glad that they're not announcing it, when they're in like concept art phases. Let's get into the game, make sure that, we don't have a No Man's Sky situation where you overpromise stuff and, the game isn't what, you set it up to be. So, Maybe keeping their cards to their chest, would be good.
Well, and it seems that they were listening. They realized that the community was upset that Chief was in 20%, 25% of Halo 5.
Yeah.
And, they're at least acknowledging like, all right, we hear you. We're gonna do something about it. So I'm really excited for it. I just love Halo.
What's teasing me right now is this install progress bar for the Soij. The Soij boys.
Yep.
It's coming. It's coming.
An hour. What do we got? An hour left?
Well, for me, probably much longer. My internet is not as quick on its feet, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Not gonna go into it too much. We've talked about it a whole bunch the past couple episodes, but we'll go ahead, I guess.
I want to talk about exosuit zombie people robots.
I do. Our time will come. The only thing I'm a little worried about with this game is that I hope it's open. They're touting so much about it being like Dark Souls and this type of game. I just hope it's not. I hope it's open like Dark Souls is. Everything looks so cool except for I see the majority of the fighting is like in hallways and just wide open areas. And is it going to take that linear type of, this is level 1 and then this is level 2, like Quantum Break or something like that. I kind of like the Dark Souls 3 with where you can go and sequence break it and all that stuff is just so neat to me.
Yeah. I mean, it seems linear, but then again, I think they only had like the first, quote, hour of the game, which, was only like this really small portion. And yeah, it's like really corridor and hallway, but I think it'll open up eventually.
Yeah,
I
we'll
hope.
be finding out.
At
We'll
least.
be finding out soon enough. I got to finish up Horizon Zero Dawn because of the nature of my ADD. If I start up a new game, I will not finish that, and I'm really enjoying it. I have a little bit more to talk on in spoilers if we have time, and everybody wants to listen. I finally got past a certain point, just broke the story open. It's making a lot more sense. But I'll probably start. We're all gonna start playing it this week, and Eagle and I on Xbox, and Brent on a PC, I guess. And so we'll be able to have the well-rounded opinions.
You guess?
PC for sure. Okay, hold on. Let me take a sip of my expensive scotch and put my monocle on. Grow my mustache out a little bit.
Oh,
Are you turning straight into Mr. Peanut?
you have to read for a podcast?
As the representative for the PC Master Race here,
Oh, he's serious.
let me say that I am playing on PC, and it was $45 instead of the MSRP of $60. Okay, not only that, I'm just kind of hyped, guys. I don't. You guys are much more about consoles, but for those out there that I don't know if your console's necessarily letting you down, or it just seems kind of stale to get into the PC Master Race. You're looking at, I don't know, maybe $500. There's just a lot of stuff going on out there about like with AMD and Intel fighting back and forth, but things are getting cheaper, and I just think it's a lot easier to get into PC gaming. So if anyone's out there, and it's kind of scary, but I say make the plunge. Hey, I got a game $15 cheaper. That's worth it, right?
Adopt a PC.
Yeah.
For pennies every day,
Yeah.
you can give a PC a life straw and a cup of rice.
I just envision like a whole bunch of PC cases in these crappy cages and like under back decks all muddy and
all dusty.
no.
And, yeah.
Like storage containers on foreign ships in international waters.
just fleas
Real
and
seedy.
like bugs flying arying.
Like the
But-
prison camp in Rambo.
But in all honesty, the what's going on with AMD right now with the Ryzen and the new 500 series they just put out, dude, I'm getting really pumped about beefing up my system for not as much money as I even spent before. So I don't know, it's exciting.
Well, so I'm not, an expert in the, area at all, but it, from the stuff that I've been reading and seeing that, yeah, just like what you said, AMD with their new, what was it, 540 or 450?
GPU?
Yeah, their graphics card.
580, 70, and then 60, I believe, is the three they released.
Yeah, but I heard they're, can be, compared somewhat close to like GTXs and like their higher
1070s. Yeah, like the 580 is pretty comparable to a 1070. A 1070 is going to outperform it, but you're also talking about almost double the cost.
Yeah.
And and when I say outperform it, I mean by like an average of 5, frames per second in your games, maybe a little more power consumption, but for half the cost, like AMD's really making some pretty big moves lately. And that's exciting that should be exciting for everyone, because that's just innovation, just everything getting more powerful and then cheaper at the same time. You would think more power means more money, but that's just not the way these trends have been going lately.
Yeah, and this, any innovation like that always breeds competition, and that's always good for the consumer.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we'll still watch, prices fall and performance improve. That's the dream.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you you really shared that information today. Those are a bunch of facts that I couldn't, me and my peasant mind down here in the console settlement, below the castle mountain. I just can't see those things.
Me and my $60 games.
I'm just pooping into buckets and tossing out the window.
Don't worry, bud. The fog is slowly lifting.
Washing clothes in the river.
Yeah.
We don't get PCs. We go outside and watch plays.
Oh, man.
Well, I mean, with this news coming out of Acer releasing their VR headset tech, is that's paired with Microsoft, right? So that would work on a nice computer too. That's it, or is that just exclusively console? Or PC? Pardon me.
Well, so Microsoft. I'm not familiar with exactly what conference it was or why they were up talking about it, but they were talking a lot about their creators program, I believe is what it's called, for Windows 10, and that's kind of the platform that's going to be utilized for PC and console and like their whole Windows ecosystem that they've been trying to build. And so they had some interesting talking points. They said, first of all, that they're going to try and bring mouse and keyboard support to the gaming platform, which is a really big deal. That's a selling point for a lot of PC users that don't go to console because they don't like the gamepad and they want to use mouse and keyboard. So that could be a big deal for gaming as far as Microsoft's concerned. And then, like you said, Jacob, they also announced that they have a VR headset coming out with some controllers that are very Oculus Touch-like.
It's like power armor.
It is like a weird blue, isn't it?
Yeah, you have this like crazy Cyclops visor, and then these two what are they? They look like Lucio guns from Overwatch.
Yeah,
you just shoot little.
I mean, but they're kind of if you've ever seen an Oculus Touch controller, they look kind of like that. But
yeah,
the big selling point that in the controllers themselves is that they actually handle the tracking from the headset, so that you don't have to have what they call lighthouses or cameras set up around your room looking at you. The headset kind of does everything. So that's a step forward in the technology itself, which is really exciting.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And it's at a decent price point. Yeah, I mean, if you get like the full blown Oculus, HTC or Oculus or HTC going, you're looking at anywhere from like $800 to $1,200, and this is what reported at $300,
$400, yeah, $399.
Okay, there you go. And that's just getting into consumers' hands, just more people, and this is, I think, a point to where now VR is really going to start blowing up more and more. Because more people are going to be interested in it, more money's going to be thrown into it, and I'm excited to see where all this goes. Because I was saying, months ago, I think this is where the direction of gaming is going to go. Everyone's, your Xbox is going to come with a full VR headset. That's going to be your controllers eventually.
And then we'll get into holodecks, like on the Enterprise.
For sure.
I hope not. I don't like those uniforms.
Maybe Geordie LaForge was wearing a VR headset the whole time.
Oh
my God.
I still don't know what I think about all that, but that's for a different show, boys. But one question though, with this VR stuff, for these, does it only work with VR enabled games, or okay, so like
I think you can have the image in there, but it's not, you're not going to be able to turn your head and move that in certain. I'm sure somehow I think you can just put the screen in there. Like you can watch movies, in there.
Yeah. So
Understood.
They call it like theater mode or something like that, to where the game itself just looks like it's on like a big movie screen in front of you, but like moving your head around doesn't move around in the game. It just moves around in that quote unquote movie theater that you're sitting in.
Yeah.
I see.
But.
So it's like a face screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, VR enabled games will be able to, do the whole shebang, and they're touting it's being real easy, kind of like a plug and play type of thing. Because with Oculus and Vive, you got this whole room setup thing. You got to tell it where your walls and floor are and all that jazz. So, anything they can do to make this easy to where, a mom or dad can just buy this, plug it in, and it's that easy, that's what's going to push it out there, I think.
Yep.
You know what else I think is kind of a big deal going on? And I don't want to change the subject from VR headsets, but I want to change the subject from VR headsets. Speaking of the future, I did read, I know what we all said about the Nintendo Switch.
I'll never buy Nintendo again.
I know. You can't, numbers at the same time don't lie, even if the product's not for me.
Yeah.
But I read this week, FIFA 18 is supposed to be coming. I know it's a little ways off, because I think we're at 17 right now, or we're anticipating it. I don't know. I don't play it. But just the idea of EA developing this for the Switch, naturally I'm not the biggest fan of FIFA, but everybody else is. everybody else in the world.
A lot of the world is.
Yeah, it's one of the largest games in the world, like hands down.
Don't you think it's cool for it to be on a handheld, to be on Switch? I think that's awesome. I think that is an awesome idea.
I think it makes sense. I mean, the early little teasers or trailers of the Switch, they were showing it, people, you can bring it with you and then, take your little nunchucks or whatever they're called now, and then two people can play with, this one little compact thing. So I think it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And but that's definitely like again, FIFA is one of the biggest games, and that's a pretty good IP to have on your handheld that didn't really launch with a lot of big games.
Well, I think
I just know we. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, sorry.
Please, Eagle, go ahead.
We're all so excited.
For three guys who don't play FIFA, this is a hot topic.
Yeah.
No, what I'm excited for is Nintendo has historically had trouble with third parties. Getting the big boy developers in the West and in Europe and stuff to develop stuff for their consoles. So I think the Switch is a perfect product to get somebody like EA or the big guys like Activision and stuff. They're going to put a good game on it, right? They're going to put FIFA, their best foot forward, and EA over the past few years has made that move to Frostbite, right? So FIFA runs in Frostbite. Everything runs in Frostbite, as far as their development goes. So, I mean, you're talking possibilities like Battlefield and, Madden and stuff like that. And, the possibilities are endless if, FIFA succeeds and, runs well for them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Could be cool.
Yeah. Well, and I don't want to go too much into it because the quote that I'm referencing, it was misinterpreted by a few folks. So the type of articles that you read on it kind of branch out. Basically, the gist that I was getting at after reading a lot on what EA had to say about it is, though they don't necessarily have big plans with Nintendo, all their this agreement is a big deal. That Wii U lost them a few years back, and I don't know why. So that's not what this is about. But I'm just saying, like,
sorry,
but
it did. Don't argue with me. Go ahead.
That's Eagle. He's the fireball. But they're basically saying that all their projections for consoles and the titles that are coming out for consoles don't include any word on the Switch. So anything that comes out that's developed for Nintendo would be an added bonus. And so the way I'm kind of taking all this is, like, quote unquote, we will see how the Switch does. But this is still EA, and I think if EA changes its tune and releases even one more game for the Switch after this, I would almost say that's a more important ruler to measure the success of the Switch, besides just everybody being sold out and how many consoles sold and all that.
Right, because Nintendo doesn't have another Zelda to release this month or next month. So they sold a couple million consoles, but where's their next push going to come from? It's gonna
I think NBA Live on the Switch would be fun. Just, I mean, naturally the sports games, I'll narrow down my list there to sports games, any kind of tennis game. I don't know. That's where I see the Switch like really shining, with it being.
I think they have a great opportunity with their RPGs. They got Dragon Age, they got Mass Effect. If they could finagle a way for the first 3 Mass Effects to get on there, I know the community just absolutely loves those. So who knows.
And I'll bring it up one more time, but as far as E3 goes, I mean, with this new Switch, they could have, E3's open to the public. The lines are going to be crazy long to do everything, I'm sure. And with this little handheld Switch, they could have a big year letting everybody try it out. They can reach so many people at the same time.
Yeah.
And by just passing these out and letting everybody get time with their games.
Yeah.
So,
I saw a great comment on NeoGAF the other day. It said something along the lines of Switch is the console that people are loving to love. Like they want to like this thing. It's doing well. The games that have been released on it have been cool. You got Zelda. You got the new Mario Kart is doing insanely well. So yeah, I think they're positioned in a great way to capitalize on this, and they have they've announced Mario. They said that's going to be at E3. So like that's huge. That's
Yeah.
That's gonna blow the world up, I think.
Stay tuned. What blew my world up was doing a little bit of reading on this PlayerUnkown's BattleGrounds. And I don't know that much about it, but I've heard a ton about it, and I read that it's going to be available for consoles. So now I'm getting excited because I'm not going to buy a PC. So,
dude, did you not just hear my PSA?
You can get one for several $100s.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, y'all seem to know a whole lot more about this. Brent, we were talking at the old what was it, ketchup bottling plant the other night. He was educating me on PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, and like, tell me more. This game actually sounds pretty cool. I thought it was going to be just another military simulator. I find that a little boring, but I'm wrong. Well, so what can y'all tell me about this?
Do you want me to just give you a little quick rundown, I guess, for the people that might not know what this game is as well?
Hit me.
Oh, I think you should.
All right, so basically, the game starts out, you're in a lobby, and then once you're put into the game, everyone starts out in an airplane, you and 99 other people. It's 100 people, and you all jump out of the plane, and you parachute down, and then now you're starting to scavenge for water, food, aka, like health items, and weapons. And it's, I believe they're called, Eagle, correct me if I'm wrong, but Royal Rumbles?
Battle Royales,
thank you. And pretty much everyone tries to get the best equipment in this kind of rundown, I believe it's kind of supposed to be kind of like an old Russian town, but it's a very large map, and you're supposed to run around to different buildings and airplane hangars or warehouses, things like that. Again, accumulating vests, helmets, body armor, different ammo types, and a plethora of different guns and consumables, and you try to kill everyone else and be the last person alive. And
so I'm hearing Hunger Games this entire time.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
That is rad. That is metal as fuck.
One of the big things that, these game types, this thing has existed before, but it was really, really easy for you being one player, or even if you're running...
on the computer.
Yeah, on the computer. You being alone or running around with a group of your 3 other buddies in a little 4-man squad, it's really easy for you guys to get a lot of good weapons, take a high ground, or post up in a building and sit there and wait and camp until somebody comes along. But then those games are going to they could literally go for days, people just sitting on opposite sides of the map. So what this game does a little differently is there's these areas, it's like a big ring, and it'll reduce in size across the map. And if you're outside of that ring, you'll take on damage consistently and eventually die. So it's forcing players to come closer and closer and closer together until it's in usually a pretty small central point where like the last 5 to 3 players eventually have to meet eye to eye and duke it out.
And then you got a real barn burner on your hands.
You sure do, bud.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah.
So do you like get down, unhook your parachute and all that, and like start looking for flint and wire and all this stuff to like make a weapon, or are they just kind of scattered around?
There's no crafting or anything like that. It's like imagine you're in this plane, you parachute out. There's 100 of you. You can kind of choose where you want to parachute out, and when you hit the ground, everybody's unarmed, so you're scavenging like these homes, but you're picking up like actual weapons and stuff. So it's like a mad dash to grab a gun and fight off the other people that landed in the city with you.
Yeah.
And you're free to party up too, but of course knowing that you will one day have to face each other in Mortal Kombat.
So they do like a solo queue where the whole entire lobby, all 100 people are individuals, no parties. And then they do a duos mode where you and another guy can team up against teams of 2, and then they do quads, so 4 guys.
That's pretty rad. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it now. I read September on that tag.
Yeah, so
I'm sure it's out now.
It's in on PC. It's in early access, so it's it's not even fully released. It's still in development and stuff. So timelines can change quickly and things can be delayed, but yeah, if this comes to consoles, man, this is going to be big. It's one of the biggest games on Twitch right now. Streaming it is just so much fun to watch because every game is different and, it's very tense.
Yeah.
I read something about bombings for campers.
Oh.
And such too, just constantly keeps you on the move.
Yeah, so like the same thing I was talking about, how like these circles, make the map smaller and smaller over time. They're basically random kind of swaths of the map that'll get bombed. Again, that's to also get campers moving along. The same with the smaller and smaller circles. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
I think this sounds fun.
Oh man, it's great. It looks so much fun.
Yeah, I need to get on and watch. I like watching stuff on streaming and such. I've been streaming myself lately. So is Eagle and Brent. If you want to catch any of us, Bloodshot Eyes and Sore Thumbs is the no spaces is the tag on Twitch. You got beam.pro/best eagle alive.
Hey, nailed it.
Yeah. Find him streaming that stuff. And Brent, what do you use?
Twitch. You can find me. Just search AWBS88 on Twitch. You can find me.
So just dropping that knowledge because I just brought up streaming.
Yeah.
I don't like to watch them because they spoil. I'm weird about spoilers. I like stories so much.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I did watch as far as streaming was Eagle and our away from headquarters correspondent Jimmy spend some time out in Australia, out in the brush,
man,
where they have weird orange ramps growing out of the ground.
It has been
apparently
a heck of a week. Oh my goodness. Yeah, last week, right around this time, Forza Horizon 3 had their Hot Wheels expansion come out, and that has sucked my entire week away. I mean, any Overwatch player will understand, I have decayed out of Diamond, so that was devastating because I spent all my time in orange plastic tracks.
So wait, Eagle, you're playing with Hot Wheels? Is that what I'm...
Yeah.
DK from a diamond. DK from a diamond.
Oh, man. Yes, Hot Wheels. My goodness. So they've added, I think it's like 6 islands, all interconnected with Hot Wheels tracks, jumps, loops. I mean, it has been unbelievable. Whole new storyline with championships, races, all sorts of stuff to do. Lots of new cars.
It looks so good.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how they made it look so good, but it does. Like tropical beach atmosphere, big dinosaurs everywhere because, why not?
Right. Yeah, I mean, where you find...
Just chain smokers just blaring on the stereo, apparently.
Oh my god. Won't ever end.
Wait, when you say they added new islands, are you saying that like full islands or just kind of the track goes on these islands?
No, you can get off the track and drive around like on the beach and stuff. The islands are fairly small and don't hold like too much to find, if you will.
Okay. Yeah.
But there are a couple hidden cars that the game calls barn finds, so you can kind of go off into the brush and find those.
In the brush
with the kangaroos. But no, man, it's like hands down one of the best pieces of DLC I've ever played. On top of being one of the best racing games I've ever played, and it has just been like so much fun. Like 10 out of 10.
Best musical soundtrack.
Recommend.
Blaring your chain smokers, bud. Turn
So-
up so it bumps.
I got some Hot Wheels on my desk right here. Can I type in some sort of code and drive those around in the game?
You got to go to Australia.
They're like amiibos. Just set them on your mouse.
Okay.
There you go, dude. Just put your shade on. Turn up that radio.
I can dig it.
I was chilling with parrots. Driving around ramps in Australia.
What's your favorite car that you've been driving around from it?
So really 2. There's the Twin Mill, which any of you diehard Hot Wheels fans, which I know there's tons of, is the one with the 2 engines sticking out of the front of it. And then there's also like this little gasser like rat rod type of thing called the Bone Shaker. It's got like a big skull on the front and a whole bunch of headers. It's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like Gravedigger.
The monster truck?
We'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Nice.
Sunday.
There it is.
Oh, man. Well, the only other thing I have going on, I'm just going to bring up because we're talking about streaming and such, was it's really funny. I can't say it without
Please,
cracking up now.
you just got to.
We were talking about it. I was reading a lot about Persona 5. And I called it Pastrami 5 because I was hungry.
I just needed a sandwich in my life.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, guys, what do you think about these stream bans on Pastrami 5?
I was going to make an Italian, but
some,
Atlas might sue
whole
me.
grade mustard.
Oh, that's real. Oh, it's so real.
I just want to hear y'all's opinion on this real quick. Atlas, you made a lot of awesome games, so I know all of you are listening, so just chill, okay? I just want to talk about it a second. So you can't stream this game. Did you guys know this?
No, you can. You can stream this game.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, but no. But yeah, but no.
If you got the balls.
Did you see the consequences?
I've heard.
Dude, you can get wrecked on YouTube.
I hope that like YouTube sends you your like ban notifications like you got wrecked.
Yeah.
I don't see how that can happen. 'Cause through YouTube, you're not going against any of their like terms, right?
They say ID or content ID claims and account suspension.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to like who owns the intellectual property, which like in this case, Atlas kind of has the say, and YouTube just kind of plays a third party. So if Atlas says, "Hey, they're defacing my product," YouTube will send the copyright claims. And on your YouTube channel, you can only get
and they
3.
gotta do it, huh? But I'm just saying, this is even for people that don't make money.
Yeah.
On their stuff. They're just posting things. I mean, I don't know. It's just, maybe it's because I'm American and you can't tell me what to do. So maybe it's...
Sounds like old Pastrami 5 needs some freedom.
Dude, Pastrami's about to get a stone cold stunner. Is what's going to happen. Oh, hell yeah. But, I mean, I'm just reading that, like, I don't know. It just seems a little bit of a gray area to me as far as, you spent money on this. You don't own this. It reminds me of the old iPod days when you would buy music from Apple. They're like, you gave us money, but you don't own this.
Yeah.
I don't really exist that much in the YouTube world. I'm not, I don't have a channel or anything like that. But it seems that it's based on what I read, a suspension is really pretty much a termination.
Yeah.
And
those
YouTube
subscribers,
careers.
it's gone.
Yeah, it is indefinite. Not only that, it grows to affect any channel you open after that, and you'd have to appeal it to get it reviewed and then that takes a while because I'm sure it's a computer doing the suspension in the first place. Then you have whatever. I'm just saying it absolutely wrecks. It's OPAF. It's OP as well. Dude, I want to get that tattooed.
Nerf Atlas.
Like just OPAF. Overpowered as fuck. I want to get it on my knuckles.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems kind of ridiculous to me a little bit. Just what other, companies are doing this. And I get, it's their intellectual property or whatnot, but for why are they saying they don't want people streaming this? Because they want people to go out and buy it themselves. I feel like people that are seeking somebody streaming this game aren't going to go buy it. You know what I mean?
I think that's a decision.
I mean, obviously some are, but
I think a lot of it will come down to, like I watch a lot of personalities on YouTube, to see their personalities. I'm going to play some of the same games, and if there is a story-based game that I'm worried about, like just for example, I didn't watch Giant Bomb's quick look of Mass Effect because I want to play this. I don't want it to be spoiled.
Right.
So I don't think you have to worry about losing a customer to a Twitch stream because people who are going to buy your game are going to buy it anyways. And if you stumble across a Twitch stream, like PlayerUnkown's BattleGround is a
perfect example.
Yeah, for me, like I've never heard of this game. Then I watched some people streaming it, and it's like, oh my god, this is amazing! Like I want to play this. So it's just not
That's
a good
what I
look.
mean.
You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just don't get their rationale of this.
Well, they just say they don't want it spoiled. So the articles I read all said that they
That's
worked a.
Yeah, that's what
very
I
hard.
thought. I saw that they just didn't want spoilers, but I feel like people are going there to what you're getting into. Like Eagle just said, he didn't watch Mass Effects because he didn't want that to happen. But if you're seeking out this game being played on Twitch, you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But it's
I don't want you hanging out with old Twitch.
And there were some like kind of weird quotes in that article because that came from like the like American branch of Atlas. And even the quote was something to the effect of like our Japanese masters like don't want this streamed. And it's like what?
Yeah, man. Don't want to take any honor from anybody.
And it might just be kind of like a
goof.
translation kind of cultural thing, but that's still kind of like, stay away from my YouTube channel, please.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, better be a good job.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
If you're calling them masters somewhere.
Well, maybe that's just their last name.
Well, boys, that
Takashi
derailed me,
Master.
bud.
Sorry.
Senpai, thank you, master. Domo arigate. Anyway. Okay, so we have a new bit going on. Eagles clicking and clacking and Hanson on the old computer, and we have this segment. We're calling it Overachievers.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, we take games that we all love, and Eagle finds some weird numbers on it, and we talk about it. What do you got this week, bud?
Well, so I figured we would check in with the old Division. Tom Clancy's greatest game.
Old Tom.
I can't put asterisks in my voice, so.
I was more of a fan of the multiplication. Hey!
Hey!
Fruit. Sorry, guys. I'm quiet now.
Well, let's add these up. Okay, no more math puns. Sorry. But, no, so as always, with the second issue of the Overachievers bit, we'll take a look at some achievements or trophies rarity, because that is super interesting to the likes of us. So, let's jump into things. How about that, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys like The Division?
Yeah, I did. I loved it.
Yeah.
I was neutral about it. Never played it.
Yeah. Eagle and I played it. Got a good, fun 2 weeks.
Ooh. Glad I didn't
Fun
buy it
2
then.
Yeah, we kind of hit that wall together, I think, as you said.
And that's
The dock zone.
And that's just you guys. The rest of the community loved it, right? Ooh.
Maybe for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I don't know. I was on the highway to the dark zone, and I took the last exit. I was like, no.
It's like sounds
good.
like the end of Fast Furious 7. Paul Walker just took the exit.
Oh,
We can't do Fast and Furious quotes. We can't go
sorry.
down that road.
I'm sorry.
We can't do it.
What are you, sandwich crazy?
Oh my god!
All right. Overachievers.
You break your
Overachievers.
heart, I break your face.
Oh my god! All right, overachievers.
The Buster kept me out of handcuffs.
We're doing this. We're doing this. Oh man! All right.
And The Division.
Okay. So, I looked up some achievements. These are from Xbox. So the rarity of Xbox achievements, and just to fill you in, this is out of the people who have purchased this game and have at least played it. To my knowledge, that's how it works. So let's jump in. So Jacob, you remember that, as you play through, you level up your character all the way to level 30, and then you kind of, continue on some that, but that's the max level.
Yeah, max level 30.
Okay. So, out of everybody that purchased this game, making it to level 30, 27.10% of players made it to level 30.
What? So people stuck with it.
Less than 30% did.
Oh, I thought you said 37%.
27.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Do you level up like? Is there a difference between single player and multiplayer with the leveling up?
Yes, there is, but you have to pretty much be max level to even enter the dark zone.
Yeah, that's like a whole slice. Like, I thought the game was just going to erupt open after hitting that peak, and it really just kind of shut me down. It was pretty difficult. I mean, these people had it figured out, and I'm like, man, I make tubas for a living. I can't I can't play this much. One stat I did see, I do remember getting an achievement out of nowhere, just walking around, just like moshing cars, because that's what I did when I first got the car, or when I first got the game, just hitting cover, walking down the street, just like slamming into every car. And then I got an achievement out of nowhere, and I couldn't figure it out for a while until I looked, and it was closing a car door when you dive into cover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was actually the most unlocked achievement in that game.
Oh, really?
Oh, good.
Yeah, a 72.31% of players got that achievement.
Wow.
So it's amazing to me that there's almost 30% of players didn't go into cover next to a car. Like,
yeah, what's up with that?
it's pretty crazy.
Maybe their A buttons were broken or something.
Maybe. Imagine trying to play that game without taking cover. That'd be difficult. No Bullet King for you.
That would be senseless.
But another real common achievement, I think it was like the second most unlocked, which was actually pretty cool. It was looking for group for 10 gamer score, was unlocked by 60.91%. So, I mean, that to me is a massive success in a game, that's multiplayer based.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody got in a group. Yeah.
Squatting up. That's where I met our first distant correspondent from headquarters, Jimmy, and
going rogue.
Isn't that what the Division was kind of not based on, but like a core part of it was like to really have a squad, have a group with you.
Totally.
Wouldn't it be really difficult alone?
Yeah, it was. I played a lot of that game alone, and it was difficult.
You said what, 60% though?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a pretty high number. But
I think it translated into a really fun formula with Wildlands, though. Because, I mean, I noticed that right away. I'm like, this doesn't look like the Division, but it feels like it.
Yeah, and they gave you the AI teammates in Ghost Recon Wildlands, which was nice. That was something that was kind of missing out of the Division, personally speaking. But, all right, so moving on. Let's see. All right, completing the game. So the final achievement for completing all the story missions, which after I checked out this, I kind of started to notice a pattern which made me laugh. So the final curtain, which is the final story mission, was unlocked by 25.15% of players. Which, as I scrolled through kind of everything in the Division, it looked like if something was completed by a percent of people, it was around 20 to 30%. So it seemed like that 20 or 30% of people who stuck with the game, like really stuck with it, kind of did everything.
Yeah.
But, I thought that was kind of interesting.
And obviously both of you, did you guys get that achievement? You completed the game fully?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we did, Jake.
Negotiable. I mean, there are some things I didn't do. There are a lot of the Dark Zone achievements. I kept losing my stuff, man. Because it's I could be wrong here, but didn't it kind of play a little bit like Destiny once you started getting into that Dark Zone mode? Like your buffs and everything really played a big part. And if you didn't have the good stuff, you were just getting dropped and having all your stuff stolen. Yeah,
and it turned into that like min-maxing game of like these gloves have one more DPS than the last, or they one more health point. And I go and play this mission 10 times in hopes of maybe getting those gloves to drop. It's like, ugh. Re-rolling stats. But for the people who like to chew on those numbers, it's big.
Yeah.
But,
I'm just a lowly ketchup bottler. I'm not an accountant.
Mm-hmm. Sipped in flour.
But speaking of the Dark Zone, only 35.97% of players were able to extract an item from the Dark Zone. If you remember trying to hook those to those lines.
That was intense.
Yeah, it was.
That was the most fun part of it. But then you were always open to people that camped it.
Mm-hmm.
What, could you just live in the Dark Zone?
Well, so, like, what would happen is you'd, go around the Dark Zone and you'd find loot, And then the only way to get that loot out was to put it on a helicopter. So you'd go to like this LZ and pop a flare type of thing, but then everybody in the dark zone was alerted like that your helicopter's on the way. And so, people would camp out near those areas and just steal your stuff right when the helicopter got there. And
just little.
You'd have them running around in troll squads.
Yeah, I was gonna say
just goof troop, just rolling up on you like
greedy little gremlin trolls, huh?
Yeah, dude.
Ugh.
Gankers.
I remember some of Jimmy's friends getting like whole server parties together, like running like 12-man rogue groups, and that was just terrifying.
Yeah, because the drop zones are in set places. So
do you divvy out the loot?
Oh no! Whatever you get,
compadres?
Yeah. Just you have a hook on that copter, you get your picnic basket.
No, I'm saying for like the little trolls around.
You gotta like pay them their penance.
Yeah, no.
Shiny stones.
Like, do they kill you and steal your stuff?
Totally.
You gotta pay the troll toll.
There it is.
Yep.
But the Dark Zone was all about loot. There wasn't really storylines going on in it. It is about risking to hopefully get higher reward, but I wouldn't really make it past 50 paces by the doors, because where you come in is set. You have different entrances, but at the end of the day, there are only so many. And then where you send the stuff away in the helicopter, it's set places and alerted too.
Yep. But all that being said, to kind of wrap up the Overachievers bit, I guess you'd say, is I looked up the rarest achievement in the game to see the elite of the elite, and that is Agent Diaries, completed by 3.74% of players.
What? I might be up there with that, because I am a hopeless craft crawler.
Yeah. And it's extract 130 phone recordings from phones found in Manhattan.
Yep.
What does that mean?
Collectibles strewn across the map.
Huh. Yeah. And what, they have little bits of like audio logs kind of?
Yeah. Yep, little short phone conversations, sometimes pertaining with a story, or somebody getting murdered, or some horrible thing in New York that was going down.
We should start a Division lore podcast.
Oh, no.
The Dark Zone. None of you listening can take that idea.
Isn't it just like what happened after I Am Legend? Isn't that what the game is?
Yeah, basically. You shouldn't have went out on Black Friday.
Isn't that what happened?
Just a screenshot of Will Smith saying, like, say hi to me. Say hi to me.
Please don't forget me. And
please.
I'm not responsible for my son's tweets.
Yeah.
Dude, Dark Zone could use some vampires.
I thought we said that's what they were down there waiting for you in your little helicopter.
Trolls, bud.
Troll vampires.
So is that what we got for Overachievers?
That's what we got, man. We'll come at you.
Overachievers!
Nice.
And like always, send in suggestions for a game that you'd like to see in Twitter. Hit me with that handle, Jacob.
Your Twitter handle? It is best cast alive. Or excuse me, it had to be changed. It's at Edgy Stances, our name of our clique.
The umbrella
of our boy band. We're Jacob, Eagle, Brent, and Conan. And, real talk though, thank you so much for the review. Please please go to our website, listen to shows. That's Edgy Stances /Squarespace. Just /Squarespace.
No,
I got a little tangled in our tags.
Let's go with edgystances.squarespace.com.
There you go.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
.org. edgystances.squarespace.com. Tell a friend. Find us on iTunes. Who am I cutting off?
Oh, I was going to say, eventually we won't have the .squarespace. It'll just be Edgy Stances.
Oh, yeah. Learning every day.
Hit us up with that free domain, Squarespace.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. And Acer, holler at us. We'll review your Cyclops visors. But let's do that one more time, because I was a goof and getting it all mixed up. edgystances.squarespace.com. You can find us on most of the, as far as what I've learned, most of the podcast catching software out there, such as Podcast Addict, Stitcher, iTunes especially, as please rate and review us 5 stars or however many stars you think we need. But, you need more than 4 to make a constellation.
Just be like all the other people that already left the 5 stars. Just join the club.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just do what my mom did and just, 4 stars.
And no,
5 stars.
I'm not going to give you free gems in your Clash Royale game, but just give me the 5 stars. It's nice.
Yeah, for sure. All of us have our individual Twitters. Feel free to talk to us and follow us on the Bloodshot Eyes and Sore Thumbs podcast. It is the best cast on Twitter. We want to talk to people.
Yeah.
Play some games with us. Give us some ideas for overachievers. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, just leave a nice little good job to put a little pep in our step, or actually talk to us, have a conversation, what you want to hear, what you want to possibly see in the future for us to do. We would love,
and your
we'd love to
and your
talk
age,
back.
sex, and location.
Mm-hmm. ASL.
Please, God, no. Please, God, no.
No, don't
actually,
do that.
don't
Don't
do
do
that,
that. No.
Wait.
14, Minnesota. No.
Questionable.
At Edgy Stances on Twitter. Do it. Guys, I got a little bit to talk about with Horizon. I busted that story open.
Ooh.
And I know a lot. If you guys are interested. Wait, hold on.
Wait, are we entering into...
They're still here. Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
There are people still
Dude.
here.
Kick him out.
Guys, really? Guys. The chairs are on the tables. Like, you gotta go. Gotta go.
Yeah, can I get a natty ice?
Gross.
Thank you to all of our listeners. Thank you. We're getting close to 100 subscribers, which is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And remember to stay ambered. We're going to do our spoily doilies. So we'll talk to y'all next week, unless you want to stick around and talk Horizon. Zero Dawn.
Spank ya.
Say goodbye, boys.
Goodbye, boys.
I hope you stick around, though. So this is not goodbye. This is see you in 4 seconds.
Eagle is clingy. Got a code 5. All right, spoilers. Guys, do you want to hear about some things I learned in Horizon Zero Dawn?
Did
Yeah,
you
actually, I
figure
really
out where
do.
the dinosaurs came from?
Yeah, I did. Yes.
Yes. Montana.
Well, the first really cool thing that I figured out was I've so far, again, because I hopelessly, pretty sure I mentioned in another show, another episode, that Capcom games have taught me to look everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is painful to watch me stream. I'm the worst person to go to a museum with. I have to read everything. I have to look at everything. It takes me forever.
Check behind that
but it
waterfall.
pays off. Here's the first... Oh, always behind the waterfall, dude.
And always right behind you when you spawn. Just 180. Always.
Yeah, always do a little sweep.
I-
Always do a little pano sweep.
Actually, I totally miss an NPC in the Ring City. When you get dropped in the Ring City, I didn't 180, and there's an NPC there. I totally missed. Kind of bummed.
They're just mean, and they did that on purpose.
Try finger, butthole.
But Quagmire ahead. Well, first of all, I found 3 items
Okay.
that are legendary, if you want to call them. They're purples, so that's just what I say.
Purples.
They're purples. Small wooden figure, or small doll, I think it's called.
What
Smooth
is that?
shackles.
Diversity? That's
Diversity what?
small wooden figure?
What?
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Please move on. Please move on.
I got it.
How'd that feel, dude? How'd that feel?
It felt really bad. It felt
Yeah,
really bad.
Yeah, dude, it's too much sauce. It's too much sauce, bud. But I was looking, and I put a little a screenshot of it on Twitter. I'm sure it makes no sense, but if you look at what I have highlighted, the icon for these 3 items, they're all the same, and they're a certain silhouette of a certain character called Ludens that was revealed. That is the mascot of Kojima,
Like the
working with Sony.
Cough drops?
No, not the cough drop. The
That's-
skeleton spacesuit warrior man
Oh.
with the Spartan. With the
Oh,
Spartan
Eagle, you're
helmet
thinking of
on.
Recol Eyes. That's what that is.
Well, by looking into this, it turns out they're in there because Horizon Zero Dawn is using the same game engine as the upcoming Death Stranding.
Yes. Thank you, Gorilla.
And I thought that was a really neat little morsel of information
Yeah.
there. Also, what I found was I happened upon this side mission because I was clearing stuff up where I'm going into a bunker, and they have all this cell locked up, and she says, maybe I need to find these power cells. Well, because I'm such a thorough explorer, I got all these merit badges and stuff on this heavy sash.
You know, like a Girl Scout?
Way to toot your own little Boy Scout horn there, sir.
Dude,
if you don't have Thin Mints, you're not allowed in here.
Dude, go ahead and talk, but when I show up with this merit badge sash, dude, I'm here to steal your
girl.
yeah.
I knew you were going to say that.
You won't be laughing when you change that relationship status, bud.
Yeah, she's going to definitely tag along.
You should see the knots he can tag.
Nice Girl Scout cookie reference, by the way. Tag along. Hell yeah, dude. Pun City. Population, nobody but you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I just happen to have in my inventory all these power cells, like 5 of them. Unlocked it, and here I am looking at what looks like a Spartan 4 suit, Spartan 5 suit in this underground bunker. And so I start squealing with joy because, as my knuckles say, I am now OPAF. Yes! There's a new sheriff in town. Y'all ever watch Arrested Development when Tobias is listening to the daddy coaching tapes, and it's like, there's a new daddy in town,
yeah.
A disciplined daddy. Like that's what, dude, these robots are scared. Because you have like a Halo shield. Mm-hmm. So I'm never taking hits. I'm just rolling my shoulder, it's going, man.
So is this the one with like the hex lights kind of like all over you?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Totes.
Yeah, I'm looking at some pictures of it. It's pretty fly.
Yeah, it is just changing the way that you play the game nearly entirely. I hope I didn't ruin it for myself, though, because I did take down a Stormbird with no problem at all. And that's probably the biggest enemy besides the Thunderjaw that I've seen so far in the game.
That's pretty tight.
But yeah, by going into the game a little bit further, I do have some more answers. And it turns out, like, during the game, you have a spiritual advisor named Silence who's talking to you through your Bluetooth all the time, telling you where to go. And he kind of guides you on the main mission. You're going through these bunkers that are, just tore up, old, everybody's dead. And the things that you learn in it are just awesome. So these robots were built by robots. There's a company called Pharaoh. They created an artificial intelligence that is so advanced it could program itself, recreate itself if you give it the proper tools. And this whole overlying thing is kind of what made the world what it is that day. It went rampant and started creating its own versions using animal shapes and kind of like animal crackers, but in a really bad way, because these things consume biomass in order to continue going. So they're just spreading and eating everything, plants,
human,
people, everything. And they kind of see that things are going downhill. So they're like, all right, how about Operation Zero Dawn? And
oh man, the name?
Cool.
They dropped the name like that?
Dun, dun, dun. But what it is, everybody thinks it's a program to get rid of the robots. And people are kind of forcefully put through job interviews where they have 3 choices based on their profession. Like if they're really advanced minds in their respective fields, they get kind of abducted and taken to this place where they learn that Operation Zero Dawn isn't something to combat the machines. It's what we're going to do after the machines. We're creating an egg where we have all of these different things put together, as far as little AIs, all operating under the parent name Gaia. Gaia is the name of the central artificial intelligence and therefore the computer, and this thing apparently is capable of emotions.
What is this, where they tie it into Final Fantasy?
No, that comes in a little bit. Damn. But anyways, the creation of this, plus the subsystems, one for making sure trees grow correctly, one regulating the seas. And these are all named after the Greek pantheon. The Poseidon AI handles the seas. Minerva handles communications. Apollo is a database of knowledge in order to teach candidates that are born and raised in the lab, because Zero Dawn doesn't get rid of the robots. It's what to do after everybody outside is gone. They find that Gaia, with their technology, is able to use these machines to start building up the world again. And as these people are going through this job interview, they kind of tell them what's up, and they give them 3 choices. You have one. Your first choice is to do it and help us, and that's awesome because you'll be working 80 hours a week. You'll be sharpening pencils most of the week, and if you're an alpha, you get to live in this place called Elysium. If you don't want to do it, you can be in prison, bud, because they're not going to let you leave. And I was reading the stipulations on this. You're going to be held for the next 18 months, which is the projected lifespan of our planet, given this robot crisis that's eating everything. It's just turning everything to gray. Yeah. Nothing can grow. And it's supposed to be at the end of it, like nothing left in 18 months. So you can be in a cell for 18 months. Or your third choice, assisted suicide.
Like Kurt Cobain.
Nice.
It's whoa, bud.
Of course he did it.
She did it.
Yeah, dude.
Listen,
whoa, I'm not going down that road at all.
Shout out Henry Zabrowski, the best to ever do it.
Yep.
They all came as they were, and as they wanted to be.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
So, anyway, the big problem is. The big problem is that one of these facets of Gaia, called Hades, is kind of in charge if something goes wrong or if something's in balance. Hades kind of is the eraser to take everything out, and then Gaia will start again. Naturally, this is hundreds of years process. Yeah. And that's currently what's running amok right now. The leader of the faction, his name is Ted Farrow, kind of started going a little nuts. And this is all through hollow projections and such, like in Division, picking up phone discussions. This is just lore.
Like Tupac at Coachella.
Was having a... How long will they mourn me? He was having a change of heart about... He was the one to blame for this in the first place, and now the world is ending. They're on the cusp of doing their plan where they're all pretty much going to die anyway. They have like another 30 years worth of being able to live in this place. But he has this change of heart where he says these people, any new people coming along, they don't deserve, or not deserve, but we can't give them this knowledge. We can't do this because they're just going to do the same thing. We need to erase ourselves and let them start new. And kills everybody in the facility.
Bang.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
Fortunately, Elizabeth,
no H,
a very, very smart scientist, recreated herself in clone form.
Like clone or like AI clone?
Yeah. Like a clone, like a little baby. Ugh. It's a little side project. Hey. And that's who you are. You are a clone of this brilliant genius. Huh. And again, not to talk forever, just going through with this knowledge to this extremely pious and religious tribal world. And, kind of eye-rolling all of them and tell them, guys, it's just a toaster. And
look at
now I'm going to go kill a metal devil. I mean, it's kind of getting a little...
too much?
There's a definite parallel to a certain major world belief that's going on right now. It's kind of getting a little... It's kind of getting a little close to it, and that makes me want to toilet flush it super hard. But I'm still anxious to see what's going on because I like dinosaur-shaped robots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, bud. It sounds like they are going to tie it into Metal Gear.
It is Big Boss.
Yeah. You are solid alloy.
Yeah.
You are the maid that sold the world, the man that sold the world. Solid alloy.
Yeah.
Dude,
Liquid
that makes
aluminum.
a little too much sense.
A little on the nose. Nano machines.
Well, thank you for listening to Bloodshot Eye's pun and comedy show.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We'll be at the Funny Bone on Thursdays, 2 drink minimum.
Fuck Funny Bone. Go bananas.
Whoa.
Hey, saying.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Right.
I don't like my Funny Bone either. I hate it. It hurts, and I want to laugh. It makes me feel like the Joker.
Isn't that humorous?
Just kind of emotional roller coaster over here. Yeah. So, edgystances.squarespace.com. Do it. Tell a friend to do it, too.
iTunes, do it.
We did it again, boys.
Bacardi and Cola, do it.
Do it.
Again.
Thank you for sticking with us if you did. Oh, what, Brent?
If I don't know, if you guys hated this and want to tell us how terrible we are, again, hit that subscribe button so you know when to send us some hate mail. So go ahead and subscribe.
Yeah. It's like a weekly eye roll alarm.
Yeah.
You know,
Watch
like
out. If this was the episode that you hated, you can now send us flack.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
All right, boys.
All right. Thank you so much for listening. Boys, thanks for coming together around the pod vessel. And I'm about to go prolong an Age of Fire of my own.
You guys have the best day you've ever had.
That's what's up. See ya.
Goodbye.